All right, if you're in tech right now, there is one question that's probably on your mind, maybe even keeping you up at night. What is AI actually going to do to our jobs? Are we talking about a huge shakeup, a total disruption? Or is this just the next big thing we'll all adapt to? Well, let's figure it out. So let's just ask the big one, head on. Is AI coming for your job? I mean, that's the real question, isn't it? It's the one that gets personal fast. And look, the answer isn't a simple yes or no. It's way more interesting than that. And it really depends on what kind of work you do. See, here's the first thing you have to understand. AI isn't some giant bulldozer that's just going to flatten every job in its path. No. Think of it more like a river that's splitting into two major channels. It's creating a fundamental divide in the job market, and you're going to find yourself on one side or the other. And this really breaks it down. On one side, you've got the repetitive, rule-based stuff. These are the jobs that are basically like following a very specific recipe. Do step A, then B, then C, and you get the same cake every single time. AI is becoming an absolute master chef at following those recipes. But on the other side, you have the jobs that are all about inventing the recipe from scratch, the stuff that needs real creativity, big picture strategy, and that messy human problem solving. Okay, so let's start with that first path, the one where things are, well, they're getting shaken up. We're going to call this the disruption zone. And this is where you'll find the jobs that are facing the biggest changes from automation, and pretty quickly, too. So what kind of jobs are we talking about? Well, you can see them here. Manual QA testers, L1 tech support, data entry operators, even basic web development and system admin tasks. What's the common thread? It's all about repetition, right? AI can run a million tests, answer the same 10 questions over and over, and spit out basic code faster than any human ever could. The key word to remember here is routine. It's not that these roles are disappearing tomorrow, but the routine parts of them, yeah, those are absolutely getting automated. But that is only half of the story. And honestly, it's the less exciting half. So now let's talk about the other path. This is where things get really interesting and frankly, a lot more optimistic. We're talking about the jobs where the human edge isn't just nice to have. It's everything. It's the one thing AI just can't do. And here they are. AI and machine learning engineers, cybersecurity specialists, cloud architects. You see the pattern. These aren't follow the recipe jobs. A cybersecurity specialist has to think like a human hacker. That takes intuition, not just rules. A UX designer has to understand human emotion and empathy. A product manager needs a strategic vision for where things are headed. See? These folks aren't following the rules, they are literally making the rules and designing the entire game. Okay, so we've seen the two lists, the jobs getting disrupted and the ones that are more secure. So what's the real difference? What's the one thing, the deciding factor that separates these two groups? What's the secret sauce? Well, it all boils down to one key idea. And here it is, architectural thinking. This is the whole ballgame. We're not talking about just laying bricks or writing a few lines of code. We're talking about being the person who designs the entire skyscraper. It's that ability to zoom out, see the whole system, plan for what's coming 5 years down the line, and make those tough, gray area decisions. The ones that don't have a simple textbook answer. An AI can follow a blueprint perfectly, but it takes a human mind to dream up that blueprint in the first place. This table just lays it all out so perfectly. A basic web dev's role might involve using AI to generate code templates, but the senior software engineer, they're designing the complex system that those templates even live in. Or look at testing. An AI can automate a million test cases, sure, but it takes a cybersecurity specialist's gut feeling, that human intuition to go, I think there's a new kind of threat we haven't even thought of yet. It's the difference between executing a task and owning the entire strategy. Okay, so this is all great information, but let's make it practical. What does this actually mean for you today in your career? How do you make sure you're on the right side of that divide? Well, the good news is it's not about luck. There's a clear way to chart your course. It really comes down to 3 simple steps you can start thinking about today. First, assess. Just take an honest look at your day-to-day work. What parts are repetitive? What could you write a script for? Second, identify. Pinpoint the moments where you have to be creative, think strategically, or solve a really tricky problem nobody has the answer to. That's your human edge. And finally, focus. Double down on that stuff. Pour your energy into developing those architectural thinking skills. Make that your absolute superpower. So when you zoom out, you realize the big question isn't if AI is going to change your job. I mean, it is. That's a given. The real question is, how are you going to adapt to it? Because this isn't about humans versus machines. It's not a battle, it's an evolution. It's about being ready to level up, to shift from doing the work to directing the work. It's about learning to steer this incredible new tool instead of getting caught in its wake. And how you answer that question, well, that's going to define everything.